Okay, so a new update was released recently on the test servers for Super Auto Pets, and they changed some things in the game, a bunch of features and some balance changes, and I'm just going to go over them pretty quick. So first, added filters for public versus similar to Arena, so you can play against your own pack or against all packs. Added match tests or match wins to stat page. Added Hall of Fame and replay mode filter. Added feature to allow a flexible number of players in a private match. This one is particularly helpful because this means you don't have to create a lobby for a certain amount of people. You just kind of create a lobby, people join, and then you start whenever you want to. So that's a pretty nice feature. It's going to also prevent sniping from happening, which is always nice. Added a feature to turn private versus game into a public one, doesn't really matter. Added new life system option for versus where you lose 1 life per remaining enemy minion. This is an interesting idea, and it's certainly a different way to play the game. This makes it so, like, obviously you want to win with as many things as possible left, or if you lose, you want to make sure it's at least close, and it's only like a 1 heart life loss. But that should be a fun addition to the game. Always down to like have some variance on how the life system works. Change so players aren't matched against the same opponent 2 consecutive turns. This is a really nice change. The matchmaking system was kind of broken before, and for some reason you could go against like the same player multiple times in a row. So this is just a nice little change in versus. So fixed stats, added game title, removed the provide feedback here, and padded the changelog to feel important. Okay, moving on to the actual balance changes of the game. These are pretty interesting. So first, they buffed Whale to 3-8. It was a 2-6 before. I still don't think Whale's gonna be very good. Like, the only possible thing I think Whale can be good for is like Tiger, Whale, Deer, but still that's even gonna fall off eventually. Maybe if you get like the perfect summoning build and it's not like a 15 heart lobby or it's just Arena, sure, you could maybe win with that. Change T-Rex abilities to not affect itself. This is a very nice change. So originally, T-Rex used to give +2/+2 to the 4 other units. Then they changed it to give it +2/+1 to all units, and now it's back to 4 units. So T-Rex did kind of get nerfed, but I think rightfully so. It's a very strong unit. Change Dragon ability to not affect itself and limit to 3 charges per turn. This seems like a pretty drastic buff where they kind of like, they overdo it. I feel like this is too much of a nerf, like they should do one or the other. Change it to 3 per turn or change it to not buff itself, but instead they did both, and I think this is going to make Dragon not super good anymore. It still might be viable, especially if you get like an early Dragon, but a lot of the times the versus matches are just like all Dragon scaling in the end, and this will drastically change that. I'm not sure if it's going to be good or not. I haven't tested it out enough yet, but it's good that they're at least like they're aware of what is really good in this game, I think. Change Swan to 1-3. This is one that I don't really understand. I don't think Swan's like super good. I mean, it's a good unit for sure, but I don't think it needed this drastic of a nerf. Like, why not change it to a 2-3 first instead of going to a 1-3? They already nerfed Swan from a 3-4 to a 3-3, so this is the second nerf. Change Monkey to +2/+3. I mean, this is fine. Like, I don't think Monkey is that broken, to be honest, but it's certainly one of the best units, and if they're gonna nerf Dragon, they're gonna nerf T-Rex, they're gonna nerf Monkey. The one thing that they did not nerf is Penguin, and Penguin is arguably better than Monkey, so crazy enough, like, Penguin scaling is just gonna be the meta now, at least in this version of the test update. There's still the possibility that they'll continue to change things before they actually roll this out to the main game. Change Peacock to gain 50% attack with charges. So what this means is that you gain 50% of attack. I mean, you can read it right there. But also, when you level it up, it can like do the gain 50% attack multiple times. This actually goes well with Dirty Rat, which you can see change Rat to summon Dirty Rat up front. So this is a very cool change because it allows for some unique strategies. For example, you can put a kangaroo behind some other unit, so you can get that extra kangaroo buff because it's just a 1-1, so it's not really a big deal. Or you could put a hippo there and it'll gain +2/+1 pretty much. Or you could put like a boar, you could even do like a snake. And the other nice thing is that when the rat levels up, it spawns multiple dirty rats. So if you have a level 2, it spawns 2, level 3 it spawns 3. That means if you have a kangaroo, you could get +6/+6. I mean, that's not really realistic, but like, you see the general idea. It's a pretty cool change. I don't think it's actually that great, but I haven't experimented enough with it yet, and it's cool to see them experiment with just some of the weaker units that, you know, need to be buffed. And the final change, Scorpion to gain 5/10 attack. Scorpion's already pretty good, so it's kind of strange that they would buff it by giving it a level up ability, but this is cool too. It'll just make it easier to get like a 21 attack Scorpion. There are the nerfs to the like scaling units besides Penguins, just means, you know, Penguin's going to be really good, and then all the other stuff are just interesting changes to weak units, which is generally like what I'm hoping that they're going to be doing, right? I just want them to buff the weak stuff. That's kind of the fun way to do things in this game. That way you get to experiment with some of the weaker units, and hopefully the difference between the strongest units in the game and some of the weaker units aren't so drastic. I feel like the gap is just too big, and they want to kind of balance that out. But anyway, that's it for this. This is going to be a quick video, and I'll continue to update this as the game gets updates as well. Thanks for watching. See ya.